Hello and welcome to Oregon Trail Park, home of your Western Nebraska Pioneers. I'm your voice of the Pioneers, Jeffrey Nelson, as we get set for Game 2 of a two-game set between the Liberal BJs and the Western Nebraska Pioneers in what is a hot day here in Gering, Nebraska, as it will be Game 2 of the two-game series between these two teams. So we'll see each other on Sunday and Monday, so not much time off between the two of them in terms of seeing each other. For the Pioneers, it'll just be one other opponent. They'll see the Dodge City A's on Friday and Saturday. This is the last game of a five-game homestand for the Pioneers, in which they look to end it as a winning homestand. They stand at 2-2 on the weekend, and they won a series against the Game Day Angels 2-1, in which they won the Friday game, lost Saturday night, and won the Sunday afternoon game. And after falling last night to the BJs, they look to even up the series and get a draw between the two teams, as of course they'll travel to Liberal for Sunday and Monday. Tonight is a very important game for Brody Fanistock, who gets the start today. It'll be his first start on the season for Fanistock, who comes from Troy, Michigan, and Oakland University in Michigan. The 6'2", 170-pound freshman will be on the mound for the Pioneers, looking to get a good start and be solid on the mound in terms of filling up the zone. Last night was a struggle as they used a bunch of arms and had to use two guys that usually don't pitch on the mound, along with Brooks Farrell and Alejandro Castillo. This is the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show. We'll be back after a quick break to talk more about the last game of this home series for the Pioneers. Back here on the High Plains Spas and Recreation pregame show. Last night was a rough one for the Pioneers as they fell 12-6 and saw their record drop to 7-4 on the year, putting them at 3-3 in league play as well. It was a 5-run second inning, which seemed even larger than it was, considering that the Pioneers loaded the bases with nobody out in the bottom half of the first, and after a strikeout and a double play, Hunter Phillips, the starter for the BJs, got out of the inning. On the flip side, it wasn't as successful for Alejandro Castillo, although he started off the inning with the strikeout. After a double and a walk and a hit by pitch, he had loaded the bases and struck out Ryota Kusumoto. And he thought he might be in a similar situation to Hunter Phillips in terms of loading the bases with less than 2 outs and maybe getting out of it, but an infield single, a walk, a 2 RBI single, and another single to right, and 5 runs came across the plate in the top of the second for the Liberal BJs. They tacked on in the 4th inning with 3 more runs on a 3-run home run from Julius Ramirez. And they added a couple of other runs in the 5th and the 6th, individually one specifically. And in the 9th, they tacked on 2 more, and that was too much for the Pioneers last night as they fell 12-6. So they'll be looking to get the bats going today and help out their starter on the mound, Brody Fanistock, pretty early in this one. As the lineup cards are being exchanged, it's a pretty similar lineup from last night in terms of who is on the team for the Pioneers. Luke Nowak, Francisco Laya, Jackson Yeager, Ethan Mooser, Kieran Gaffney, Garen Gledhill, Bryce Peterson, E.J. Barnes, and Coy Carpenter rounds out the lineup. So, for the BJs, it's Ben Merriman, Ryota Kusamoto, Joel Roberts, Lane Snow, Kai Smith, Matt Cormier, Robert Orr, Matt Mendez, and Cesar Gomez. So most of those guys last night, a couple new faces in the lineup for Brody Fanistock. Paul Pandoro returns to the team after being away with family. So he'll start at least one game in this coming week that we are on the road. This is the last of a home game series. Friday, the team travels to Dodge City. We'll play Dodge City on Friday and Saturday. Of course, there will be no live stream. The game will be on KNEB Radio. So make sure you tune your radios to 960 AM or 100.3 FM. Or you can go on KNEB Radio's website, as many people do. If you just look up KNEB, it will pop up, and there's a stream live button for you, and it'll take you live. You can listen in no matter where you are on the website. So there will be no streams, as I said. You won't be able to watch the game, but you can always hear the voice and the game as well, whether you are traveling. So you don't need to be at home for the entirety of the game. Now we're getting set here as the umpires just received the lineup cards from the coaches. We're going to have another quick break. We'll come back, have the national anthem, and first pitch here from Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Lineups are being announced for your Pioneers. And soon enough, we'll have the national anthem. This is a big game for the Pioneers. They've done really well at home overall. Just 7-2. Just 2 losses here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Don't want to lose a second game in a row to the BJs before you have to see them again on Sunday and Monday. Build a little bit of confidence before the team hits the road. Last game for at least a week. We're going to have the national anthem. I'll let you listen into that. We'll go to break after the national anthem, and we'll have first pitch from Brody Fanistock and your Western Nebraska Pioneers. Back here on Candy B Radio on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page as we get set for first pitch here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium between the Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Liberal BJs. Brody Fanistock pitched 5 days ago on the 7th of June in a 3-2 win for the Pioneers over the Game Day Angels, and he in fact got the win. In relief of Ronan Hello went 4 innings. Fanistock went 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, needing 40 pitches, and tonight he gets the start for the Pioneers on the mound. So he'll look to do similar to what Ronan Hella did the day that Brody Fanistock came into relief. He's only been here for about a week or so. And Garen Gledhill catches him behind the plate, and an interesting fact about Garen Gledhill is that, of course, when he catches, he uses his left hand as his glove hand. And he throws right, but when he's at first base, he'll use his right hand as his glove hand, and he'll throw left-handed when he's in the field. So a bit interesting about Garen Gledhill is that he's ambidextrous. And here we go. Brody Fanistock ready with his first pitch to Ben Merriman. It's outside. First pitch is at 6:36, and we stand at 97 degrees today as we start this one. Merriman moved up in the order. Takes down low. Merriman last night was in the 6th spot, and he was 3 for 6 with 3 RBIs. He gets bumped up to the first spot in the order. 2-0. Fanistock to Merriman. He's in there for a strike, called by Cody Hoffrock behind the plate. I believe that they're in the same spots, though. I believe that's Neil Pryor behind the plate, and Cody Hoffrock is in the base paths. This pitch is hitting the air to center, carrying deep. Going back is Carpenter. He's by the warning track at the wall. He's shy of the wall, and it bounces up against the fencing there, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Ben Merriman. Got a lot of that one to dead central. His team sounded like they were getting good pieces during BP. And indeed, that portrays into the game. 385 to dead central. Kusamoto is the batter. Last night he was 1 for 6 on the night. And that one came in the first inning. From Australia is Kusamoto as he wears number 2. Baby blue jerseys with red, white, red piping along the side of both the shoulders and the side of the body down to the belt, with white pants, even though they're on the road for the BJs. Fanistock comes set. Outside. 1-1. Just underway here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. We're on second, no score between the BJs and the Pioneers. Final game of a 5-game homestand for the Pioneers before they hit the road for 6 straight games. The 1-1 is fouled off. The batter's box is in the shade. Fanistock is in the sun out there on the mound. The rest of the fielders are in the sun as well. Black jerseys for the Pios today with their white pants and their red black socks for the most part. One-two. Breaking ball. Out in front was Kusamoto. He fouled it over towards the first base coaching box. Not as loud of a crowd as last night's Fill the Park night. 1-2 still is the count on Kusamoto. And Fanistock deals outside. Two count on Kusamoto. Breaking ball, hitting the air to left. Coming on is Nowak. He started and stopped, and now he's there. He makes the play for out number 1 in the top of the first for Brody Fanistock. A good job to retire Kusamoto. Now we'll bring in Joel Roberts. Roberts is from Modesto, California. Stands 6'2", 215 out there. Swings it from the right side. First pitch from Fanistock is a front door breaking ball. Doesn't find the zone. Last night, Roberts was 1 for 2. Scored 3 runs, however, and walked 4 times. 3 times and was hit by a pitch once. He also had an RBI. 1-0 from Fanistock. He's hitting the air to left and deep. Going over is Nowak towards the wall. He makes the play on the warning track. A great play by Luke Nowak. Going over by the warning track and just shy of the tent that's near that 320 sign down the left field line. And he records the second out. Heck of a play by Luke Nowak. Snow the batter now. He was in the 3 spot last night, went 4 for 6 with 3 runs and an RBI. Runner starts and stops at second, and a breaking ball's cut on and missed by Snow at the plate, and getting ahead now is Brody Fanistock. Yo, 1. It's outside, 1-1. At 88 from Fanistock. That's around where his fastball will be. Snow wearing number 21, the red on the back of the jerseys for the BJs. Fanistock checks the runner at second. Now comes home with his 1-1. It's outside again, 2-1. Merriman still on second after his leadoff double. 2 consecutive flyouts to left field for the BJ's batters. Fanistock deals, and this pitch is hitting the air to left again. Nowak is tested 3 straight times, and he makes 3 straight plays. Then the top of the first. No score. Pio's coming to bat. Fidel Hatch is the man on the mound for the Liberal BJs, wearing number 7. Throws it from the right side. He's from Piedmont, Oklahoma. And we'll have to deal with Luke Nowak, Francisco Laya, and Jackson Yeager, followed by Ethan Mooser, Kieran Gaffney, and Garen Gledhill. The last three in the order are Bryce Peterson, E.J. Barnes, and Coy Carpenter. So Luke Nowak will lead off the bottom of the first for the Pios as they look to get some run support for Brody Finnestock on the mound. First pitch to Nowak is low, 1-0. Also sitting around 88 is Hatch on the mound. Nowak swings through that one down in the zone, 1-1 now. Yesterday, leading off, he was 3 for 4 with 2 runs. And a walk as well, in which he scored in the ninth. The pitch is low and in the dirt, so it's 2-1. The pitch misses the zone, 3-1. Ahead on the count now is Nowak. He looks to get on in front of Francisco Laya. Bottom of the first, no score. Nowak takes a leadoff walk as that pitch was low. And he's on leading off the game for the Pios. Laya bats from the right side from La Guaira, Venezuela. Yesterday, Laya was 1 for 4 with 2 runs. Nowak on first after his leadoff walk, and he takes in the dirt, starts and stops. Hold over at first. Hard to see over there at first base. We'll see how many pickoffs there are. There's one. No problem over there for Roberts, the first baseman. Nowak's back in time. Yo, 1-0, excuse me, is low, 2-0. Two-0 count on Laya. Nowak with this lead off of first. Hatch deals low, 3-0 now. Yeager in the 3 spot again today is on deck as Laya takes strike 1. Pitch is at the knees, maybe a bit low, and it's another walk. Start the ball game for Francisco Laya. As that will move up Luke Nowak to second base now. Jackson Yeager will come to the plate. As the catcher today, Matt Cormier, will go talk to his pitcher out there on the mound in Fidel Hatch. Yeager from Omaha, Nebraska. Swings it from the right side. He had a rough day last night, but he's back in the lineup again today. 1 for 4 with a walk. Yeager ready for his first pitch from Hatch. Deals outside and low, 1-0. Struggling to find the zone is Hatch to start the ball game. Fouls this one off at the plate. on Jackson Yeager. First and second. Black on second, lie off of first. Swing and a miss from Yeager on a pitch on the outside part of the plate. So it's 1-2. 1-2 to Yeager. Swing and a miss at a pitch down and away. A fastball there at 88. Yeager's the first out here in the first. Now Mooser will bat now. Ethan Mooser from Mount Elgin, Ontario. Says a lot of his family watches these games, so shout out to his family up north of the border in Canada. Watching their left-handed swinging outfielder play for the Pioneers here. First pitch to Mooser is low, 1-0. Mooser seems to have found his swing. He said he was struggling with his timing, but he found it last night on a double, 2 RBI double to right field, and he was 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs last night as well. He lines that one back up the middle and through into center field. Another base hit for Ethan Mooser. Coming around to score is Luke Nowak. Liev moves into third. He's there now. And it's another base hit and an RBI for Ethan Mooser. Just like that, the Piles are on top 1-0, and they're suited to score more with first and third and 1 out for Kieran Gaffney. Pitch down in the zone. We know Ethan Mooser loves his pitches down in the zone. Lined it past the second baseman Mendez into center field, and we know that that ball dies in the outfield as well. Gaffney has his teammate Laya at Coach Ice on third. Check on Mooser. He's back in time. Mooser off of first, Lie off of third. Gaffney at the plate, bounces one towards short or to second for one, on to first, not in time. As the throw gets away from Roberts, and another run will come home to score. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Kieran Gaffney and an RBI, and the Pios get their second run of the ball game. Good job by Mooser going in hard at second base. Attempt to break up the double play at the least. Forced a low throw from Mendez, the second baseman. Laya touches home, and it's 2-0 now. Hill takes off his gear, and now will step to the plate. Kieran Gaffney on first. Pios lead it 2-0 here as we play in the bottom of the first with 2 outs. Hatch deals to the left-handed swinging Hill, and he fouls it off down the line. Third base side. Pitch is low with Gaffney taking his lead off of first. Check on Gaffney at first. A close play over there. Nothing doing. There's another broadcast in the booth, so apologies if you get some. You can hear him talking at times. Certainly does a lot more talking than I do for most part of the game. 2 hopper over to Mendez at second. Throw to first is in time. Hill is retired. Piles do get 2, though, thanks to Ethan Mooser and a fielder's choice from Kieran Gaffney. So 2 runs on just 1 hit, and they leave a runner on base. And at the end of 1, the Piles lead this one 2-0.
We have a girls versus girls wheelbarrow competition. They're going to see who can race the fastest to me. All 3. 1, 2, 3. And they're off. Make some noise.
Into the top of the second. The Piles have a 2-0 lead as Fanistock is set to take the mound. Finishing up his warm-up pitches. Of course, Gledhill was the last batter in the bottom half of the first, so he had to get his stuff ready and put all of his gear on and get behind the plate. It will be Kai Smith, Matt Cormier, and Robert Ord due up for the Liberal BJs here in the top of the second. The Piles lead it 2-0 here at Oregon Trail Park. Last game of a 5-game road trip, a 5-game homestand before a 6-game road trip for the Pios. We're all set now. To throw down from Gledhill. And here is Kai Smith. Kai Smith from Danville, California. Take strike one. Called by Neil Pryor behind the plate. Brody Fanistock leading off the second. That pitch is also in the zone from Fanistock on a breaking ball. The 0-2. Fouled off, out of play. Do it again at 0-2 as Fanistock stays ahead. The 0-2 from Fanistock is well outside in the other batter's box. So it moves to 1-2. Fanistock ready with his 1-2 now. There's Kai Smith leading off the second. Pitch is on the outside corner at the knees. Down on strikes is Smith for out number one. Good pitch to the opposite part of the plate from where Smith stands. It was at the knees, according to Neil Pryor. And down on strikes for out number one and the first strikeout of the day for Brody Fanistock. That will bring up Matt Cormier, the catcher from Castro Valley, California. First pitch from Fanistock is a breaking ball, down and away. 1-0. Second pitch of the AB to Cormier coming as Fanistock gets set and deals. Fouled off towards the armory, first base side. Some fans sounded excited it went into the armory. Did not see Cormier play last night. One. He's down and away. 2-1. Pios getting set. Hit the road trip for what will be the longest road trip of the year. This ball smacked towards right center field. It's going to split Lyon and Carpenter. One hop off the top of the wall. Cormier rounds first, is headed into second. He'll stand there with a double now with one out here in the top of the second. Got a pitch up and away, and he smoked it. One hop the wall, surprisingly. There's going to be a base runner. That's Elijah Batista, who will be the courtesy runner. Pitch to Robert Orr is a front door breaking ball. Strike one. Last night Orr was 2 for 6. He had a double in the second and a single in the ninth. This pitch is fouled off, out of play. 0-2 on Robert Orr. Orr comes from Stockton, California. Change up on the outside corner, just missed from Fanistock there. One, two, big lead from Batista. Swing and a miss as he lost part of his bat there, did Robert Orr. Bottom hand came off the bat there. He finished with a one-hand finish there. Second strikeout in the inning for Fanistock. Matt Mendez from Del Rio, Texas, will be the batter now. He too did not see any action last night. He's in the lineup tonight at second base. Last night at second base was Elijah Batista, who's the courtesy runner right now for the catcher. He's out there at second. One 0. Fanistock to Mendez is cut on and missed on a fastball up in the zone. Yeah, he's sixth. One pitch from Fanistock. He's hitting the air. In the infield, Gaffney calls everybody off. He's there. He makes the play. No gaffes like we had in Fort Collins. One out double, stranded at second. And at the end of an inning and a half, Piles lead it 2-0. Bryce Peterson leads off the bottom of the second. Fidel Hatch on the mound for the BJs. Piles lead it 2-0. First pitch. It's in there. Strike one to Bryce Peterson. This pitch is lined foul past first base. Strike two. Fouls this one off towards the Pios dugout, third base side now. It is Peterson. No 2. Fouled off again. This one goes towards the Armory. Pitch is low, 1-2 now. Again in the dirt, 2-2 now. Two-two, hitting the air down the right field line. We'll see if they have room over there. Does Kai Smith? He does not, as it goes over the screen and out of play. So it'll be 2-2 once again on Peterson. This pitch is lined towards the right side on 2 hops. Mendez going to his left, makes the play. Throws to Roberts at first. Solid play out there at second base by Matt Mendez as he retires Bryce Peterson for the first out here in the bottom of the second. First up, E.J. Barnes is the batter now. Takes outside and low, 1-0. Of course, E.J. from San Diego. Goes to San Jose State with Jaden Onaka and Jake Maroney. This one is in there for a strike, 1-1. Pitch is inside corner, according to Pryor behind the plate. It's 1-2 now on Barnes. He didn't like that call. That pitch is to the backstop, as it was a breaking ball, bounced in front of the catcher, Cormier. Two from Hatch to Barnes. Down and in, swing and a miss. Down on strikes is EJ. He's the second out here in the bottom of the second. Carpenter checks his swing. Was it a foul ball at the plate? I believe that's what they're going to call. Tapper off in front of the mound. Back to Hatch. He throws it underhand to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, bottom of the second. The end of 2. Pios still lead, though, 2-0. Go to the top of the third here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Brody Fennestock back on the mound as he starts his third inning of work. Looking to get another set of batters out. 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Deals with Cesar Gomez first. Pios lead it 2-0. Last game of a 5-game homestand. Second game of a 2-game set against these liberal BJs from Kansas. Gomez at third base. He entered the game late. He was a courtesy runner for most of the day yesterday. First pitch is hit in the air towards center. There's Carpenter. He started back. Now he moves in. He makes the call and he makes the catch. And it's out number 1 on 1 pitch for Brody Fennestock. Top of the order means Ben Merriman will be the batter. Fennestock ready now with the first pitch. Breaking ball right there in for a strike 1. Yo 1 is another breaking ball, but it goes outside. It's 1-1. Fennestock looking to get ahead now. 1-1 pitch is grounded over towards Bryce Peterson at third, who fields it. A high throw, but he's got a high first baseman and Yeager over there at first, and that is out number 2 for Brody Fennestock. The Pios in the top half of the third. Ryota Kusumoto will be the batter. Swings it from the left side. Red helmets for these BJs. Swings through the first pitch from Fennestock, and he's behind now, 0-1. This pitch is smoked towards left center. Going over is Carpenter. He's not going to get there, and that ball is gone. Esta pelota se fue. This ball is gone. It's a home run for Ryota Kusumoto. It is now a 2-1 ball game. Ball didn't sound like it had a chance off the bat, but it carried out there towards left center. Joe Roberts will be the batter now. Pitch is down the way to Roberts, 1-0. Flew out to left his first time. Of course, Noeth made all the plays in the top of the first. Fennestock deals as well 1-0. It's in there at the knees, 1-1. Change up, just missed low. Pitch is fouled off out of play over the dugout on the first base side. 2-2 count on Roberts at the plate. Gonna get the final out here in the third is Fanistock. He deals a 2-2 to Roberts. It's a breaking ball down and away. 3-2 now. His pitch is fouled off again, out of play. Gledhill gives it a chase, but he's going to go out of play. Payoff from Fanistock to Roberts. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Joel Roberts to end the top of the third. Third strikeout on the day for Fanistock. He does give up one on the home run by Kusamoto, but the Pios still hold a 2-1 lead. Luke Nowak leads off here in the bottom of the third after Ryota Kusamoto's home run over the left center field wall. The Pios only lead 2-1. But they have the top of the order up here against Fidel Hatch. First pitch to Nowak is cut on and missed on a pitch down and away. Pitch misses the zone, 1-1. One pitch in the dirt, 2-1 now. Nowak from Frisco, Texas. And pitch is down and away. The 3-1 pitch to Nowak. Cut on and missed. Pitch that most likely was ball 4. But might be tired of walking is Luke Nowak. He walked a couple times last night. Already walked today. Payoff. Check the swing. Didn't go around. It's a walk. Another walk for Nowak. He's on again to start the third. Nowak off first. Laya at the plate. He too walked it back in the first. One-zero. In the dirt. Nowak got a good read on it. He goes. The throw hits Fidel Hatch on the mound. Not a great throw by Matt Cormier behind the plate. And on a wild pitch. A little bit of added value. Maybe Cormier telling Hatch to throw pitches over the zone. And Laya getting a laugh out of it. So Nowak's on second now with nobody out. He lines this one into center field. Nowak started back, and now he'll go to third. As Laya's on with a single to center. Top two in the order so far. 4 for 4 in terms of getting on base. 1 for 1. As Laya gets a single. They have 3 walks in their other 3 plate appearances. Yeager will bat now. He's struggling, looking to find it here, but he's got first and third, and a great time to find it. Laya on first. We'll see if he goes. He does go on the first pitch from Hatch. Throw down is not nearly in time. It's a stolen base for Laya. Nowak stayed at third. Pitch to Yeager. Holds up on a pitch that got him last time. Fastball's down and away. Seemed to be his kryptonite for most of the year. 2-0 count. Pitch from Hatch. Another pitch down and away. I believe it is 3-0. 2-1, excuse me. First pitch was a strike on Laya's steal. 2-1. Tapped foul right at Mooser, who's in the on-deck circle. 2-2 count on Yeager, looking to get an RBI. Runners on second and third. Piles lead it 2-1. Tapped foul off of himself in the box. Stays at 2-2. Not sure what Sharky's out of the dugout talking about. I think he's checking on the count. 2-2 count on Yeager. Hatch is set. Kicks and deals. Down and away. Fouled off again. Third base side towards the Piles dugout. Staying alive at the plate is Yeager. Hatch ready now. It's 2-2. Is inside to Yeager. 3-2. Yeager does indeed crowd the plate. Laya off a second. Nowak off a third. Grounder towards third. Coming home is Nowak. The throw low is a low throw on a hop to Cormier with the head first dive. Nowak is out at the plate. A good throw. More of a good receive by the catcher Cormier behind the plate and ability to put the tag. Yeager still reaches. Laya ends up moving up to third on the throw. So 1 out now. Mooser will bat. Yeager's on first. Laya's on third. They look to turn 2 up the middle. Check on Mooser at first. Nothing doing. First pitch to Mooser is away, 1-0. Another check on Yeager over there at first. Mooser has 1-0 count at the plate. He fouls it off into the glove of Cormier. 1-1 count. Mooser had an RBI single to center his last time. 1-1 from Hatch. Low, 2-1. Two one to Mooser. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball down in the zone. 2-2. Big pitch here. Check on Yeager. Back with a head first dive. Two count on Mooser. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Hatch on the mound. Might have been a changeup there. Gaffney will be the batter now. Lights start to come on here at the ballpark. So we play in the bottom of the third. Piles have a 2-1 lead. And a runner cut down at the plate on a ground ball to third. Gaffney's the batter. He grounds this one to third. Gomez fields, throws to first, and it's in time. Piles failed to score, even though they had second and third. And at the end of 3, Piles still lead it, though, 2-1. Through the first 3 frames, 2-1 Pioneers so far as they stranded the runners on second and third. Well, they had Nowak get thrown out at the plate on an aggressive play and a good receive at the plate by the catcher Matt Cormier, who will bat third this inning, but the Pios take it to the fourth, up 2-1. And Brody Fannestock is still out there on the mound, going into his fourth inning of work. He'll deal to Lane Snow, Kai Smith, and then the before mentioned Matt Cormier. Snow is first. Ready now. Fannestock gets set to deal his first pitch to Lane Snow. Fouls it off, out of play behind the press box. 0-1. Snow flew out to left his first time. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and a good one at that from Fannestock. He's ahead 0-2. The 0-2. Grounder towards third. Peterson charges it. Comes through. Again, a high throw, but tall Yeager over there at first base makes the play. One out here in the top of the fourth for Brody Fannestock. Kai Smith is the batter for the BJs. Fannestock's first pitch, checked the swing, went around, did Kai Smith at the plate, so it's 0-1 on a breaking ball away. It's a great sweeper from Fannestock. Been able to land it for strikes and get swing and misses or a check swing like he did from Kai Smith. Pitch is at the knees, just missed from Fannestock. Count is even, 1-1. One pitch is another breaking ball. This one bounced over towards Gaffney. Oh, and it took a wide play off the infield grass. We'll see what they score it. Almost took a stumble, did Gaffney as well. It is an E4, so a runner on now in front of Matt Cormier, who doubled to right center when he one-hopped the wall. Cormier coming off the double his first time. There's a runner on first, looking to go on the first pitch, but he didn't get the right timing over there at first. The Kai Smith breaking ball down and away, 1-0. Sharkey taking a trip to the mound. Fannestock was getting back on the mound to get ready. Pios have an off day tomorrow. That will help the arm, certainly, but still like to get the most you can out of Fannestock. Sharkey trying to calm down his starter on the mound. Looking to see if he can get him out of this inning here. He's only at 52 pitches. Not sure how far they'll let him go. I'd assume 80 would be the most. It's only a second outing. I've seen a couple guys go over 100 pitches already that were starters. 1-0 is lined into center field, going over into his right. Is Carpenter. He's not going to get there. He'll play it on a hop. Turning second and going into third. And sliding into second is Cormier as he's in there with a head first slide and a double. And now it's second and third with one out. So second and third with one out. for Robert Orr. Vanderstock deals a breaking ball, lined past Peterson at third. Batista got a good read on it, but he will be held up at third base. The ball game is tied. An RBI single to left for Robert Orr. Not being able to score in the inning before, coming back to bite the Pioneers once again. Eight-hole hitter Matt Mendez, who popped out to Gaffney to end the second, is at the plate. We'll see if Orr tries to swipe second. Pitcher's flared down the right field line, and it goes foul. Vanderstock deals his 0-1. Grounder over towards Peterson. Second for one. On to first. Not going to have a time. It is in time. A 5-4-3 double play keeps this game tied at the end of 3.5. A great turn by the infield there for the Pios. Helps Vanderstock out. And they are tied now at 2. Looking to get some more runs in the bottom half of the fourth. Back here, bottom of the fourth, 2 runs on 2 hits and an error for the Pios. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors in the field for the BJs so far. Pios will have 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Gledhill, Peterson, and Barnes. As they bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Gledhill swings it from the left side. He steps into the box now against Hatch. Down and in, 1-0, excuse me. One zero. Bounced towards the first base. Was in the box and was fouled off of Gledhill, says Neil Pryor. So it's just strike one, so it's 1-1. Cody Hoffrock coming to talk to Neil Pryor about what he saw in that last play, although I'm pretty sure Neil Pryor, if he saw it at the plate, he knows if it'll be a foul ball or not. And Coach Maeda was just trying to see if he can get an out of that. hard to see over there in the sun for Roberts and the first base umpire, Cody Hoffrock, anyways. 1-1. Pitch to Gledhill's down and low. 2-1. Hatch on the mound, deals his 2-1. Lined, foul. Past Coach Zach Smith in the third base coach's box. Two down low on a breaking ball. A good breaking ball from Hatch. Haven't seen too many of those tonight. 3-2 now. This pitch is grounded towards Robert Orr at short. He fields. Throws to first in time, and Gledhill is put out as out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Bryce Peterson grounded out to second his first time. He comes to the plate now, looking to get on in front of E.J. Barnes. Goes to WNCC up in Scotts Bluff. This pitch is in the dirt. Again in the dirt, 2-0. Hitting the air towards right. Going over is the right fielder into a slide, and he's not going to get there as Kai Smith, and it gets past him. Bryce Peterson was already headed to second either way. He's in there with a 1-out double to right. A long way for Kai Smith to go. Might have been better off with a head first dive, but he wasn't able to get there as he went into a slide. And they'll bring up E.J. Barnes now with 1 out. E.J. Barnes bounces this one towards the BJ's dugout, first base side. Oh, 1 cut on and missed on a breaking ball by Barnes. It's behind in the count, 0-2 now. Looking to keep that back hip in and not fly open is E.J. Barnes at the plate. Behind in the count, 0-2 now. Hatch deals, cut on and missed. Down on strikes is Barnes. Second time today, he's the victim of the K. Carpenter the batter now. Goes to McMurray University in Abilene. Carpenter bounced back to the mound his first time up. Looking to change that. This pitch is high, 2-0 now. Last night, Carpenter was 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Didn't have an RBI, but I'm sure he'd love to pick one up right here. Fouls this one off out of play, third base side. 2-1 is in the dirt. Peterson holds his position at second base. Carpenter bounces this one to the right side. Roberts fields. He's going to take it to the bag himself. He will, and that will end the bottom half of the fourth inning. At the end of 4, we're tied at 2. Into the top of the 5th. Fanistock going out there for his 5th inning of work. He'll have to deal with 9, 1, and 2, just as he did in the 3rd. And that was the inning in which he gave up the home run to Kusamoto. So hopefully he will have different fortunes this time. And it starts with Cesar Gomez, the 3rd baseman for the BJs. Gomez flew out to center. Back in the 3rd. Listening to Pioneers Baseball on KNEB Radio and on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Will just be available on the 6-game road trip on KNEB Radio. But I'll still be here with you as first pitch. Brody Fanistock deals his strike 1 to Gomez. The 0-1. Line down the right field line. That ball looks like it has a chance to be fair. It is, and it goes down into the corner. And it goes underneath, so it will be a ground rule double. Underneath the fencing where they bring in the turtle for batting practice. Makes it an automatic ground rule double. Top of the order in Merriman now. Doubled to lead off the game and also grounded out to 3rd. First pitch, grounded to 3rd again. Peterson fields, throws to 1st in time, and he holds the runner at 2nd, which is another key play. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th, and a good job by Bryce Peterson and Brody Fanistock executing and making the play. Dangerous batter in Kusamoto here. Bringing in a breaking ball on a swing from Kusamoto. He's hooked it foul down the first base line. Well out in front of that pitch. Another breaking ball. This one bounced over towards Gaffney, who stays down on this one. Throws to 1st in time. Runner moves to 3rd. No problem, though, as out number 2 is recorded in the top of the 5th. for the Pios and Brody Fanistock. And Joe Roberts will bat now. Roberts bats from the right side. Blown out to left and struck out. Pitches outside, 1-0. Roberts struck out on a full count pitch from Fanistock on a fastball up in the zone. Change up, finds the outside corner from Brody Fanistock. One count. Fanistock kicks and deals to Roberts. Down and away. Good block and important for Gledhill to get in front of pitches with the runner on third. Don't want any pitches getting by, allowing a run. Two one, home to Roberts. Flied in the air. In foul territory. Yeager has a bead on it. It goes a little past him, but he makes the play in foul territory, and that'll end the top half of the fifth. We're halfway through, and we are tied at 2. On the mound, Brooks Kappelman, son of Brock Kappelman, who's the other broadcaster in the booth. He's the Liberal BJ's broadcaster from Liberal, Kansas. 6'2", 200. In relief of Fidel Hatch, went 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts on the mound. Kappelman will deal to the top of the order in Nowak, Laya, and Yeager as we start the bottom of the 5th. Stands tall out there on the mound, a lot taller than Fidel Hatch. First time he's pitching since high school, says Brock, of his son Brooks, who deals a fastball strike to Nowak. Working quickly out there on the mound. He deals at 89. The pitch misses the zone. 2-1 now. And 2-1's lined over the head of Mendez into right center field at 90 miles an hour as Luke Nowak is on with the base hit to right center. Nowak's on, leading off the bottom of the fifth in front of Francisco Laya here. And pitches outside. Laya has to clear the bugs in front of his face. He's a little buggy today, even though temperatures are hotter than they usually are here in Gehring, Nebraska. 1-0 is fouled off, out of play. Sitting around 89 miles an hour is Kappelman. Curveball in the dirt. The 19-year-old at the plate from Venezuela. Takes a pitch up and away. 3-1 now. Three one finds the corner. Full count. We'll see what Nowak does. I was going to call him Loak, Luke Nowak. He starts and stops, and he takes outside ball forward to Francisco Laya. Cormier goes out to the mound. Just like the top of the first. First and second for Jackson Yeager. Outside. One and 0 count to Yeager. Kappelman deals. Pitch down, fouled off towards the Pios dugout. One is a curveball, a good one at that. Caught on and missed by Yeager. It was a strikeout and bounced into a fielder's choice in which Nowak was caught coming home on the play. Good play by the third baseman. That's Gomez over there. 1-2 to Yeager's. Line towards right. This one looks like it's going over the head of Smith. It is. It bounces and rolls to the wall. Here comes Nowak. Laya is going to be held up. He's coming for the plate. It's a low throw. It gets away from the catcher, and Laya touches home. He ran through a stop sign, going all the way home. Francisco Laya run through a stop sign. He wanted to score for Yeager. Yeager gets 2 RBIs on the double to right. The throw was in plenty of time. Short hop the catcher Cormier. Laya was dead meat at the plate. But once it bounced away, he scampered in and touched home. I think he might have surprised Cormier a little bit as well. Yeager stands out on second after his go-ahead double. His pitch is fouled off. Oh, 1 to Mooser. Curveball. Just missed the outside corner there. The County is even up at 1-1 now. Swing and a miss at a fastball up in the zone. Elgin, Ontario's Ethan Mooser has an RBI single to center and a strikeout so far. Kappelman kicks and deals. Low, just low. Yeager off a second. Breaking ball. Fouled off by Mooser. He stays alive at the plate, 2-2. We'll see if Kappelman goes up with the fastball now and if Mooser will be ready for it. 4-5-1, 2-6-0. 4 runs on 5 hits and an error for the Pios. 2 runs on 6 hits for the Bees. The pitch was a changeup of all things. It got Mooser. Now Kieran Gaffney will step to the plate. Gaffney from Broomfield, Colorado takes a curveball for ball 1, down and away. On the outside corner for strike 1. A couple of shakes of the head of the crowd. Seemed like it's outside. That's where Pryor's been calling it. This one's grounded just wide of first base. A heck of a play over there by Joel Roberts. Not needed to go into a dive there as that ball was foul, but a heck of a play over there. Thankfully, he's all right. Last thing you need is an injury on a foul ball. This one's bounced over towards second. Mendez fields, throws to first. There's 2 down. Pios lead it 4-2. Thanks to a 2-run double by Jackson Yeager, who now stands at third with Garen Gledhill at the plate. Gledhill bounces this one foul. Two outs here, bottom 5. 2 runs home already for the Pios. They have a 4-2 lead. Ronan Hello warming up in the pen. We'll see if he comes in. Pitch again, another changeup. Good changeup by Kappelman on the mound. Swing and a miss. At a fastball down in the zone. And down on strikes. Here's Gledhill, 2 runs on a couple of hits for the Pios. And they lead going into the 6th inning, 4-2. Ronan Hella on the mound. A surprise guy who's become a pitcher of often for the Pios as of late. We put him out there at one point to start out the game in the season in relief, in a game in which there was problems on the mound for other pitchers. He did a heck of a job of getting out of it. So now Hella, the 6'4", Albuquerque, New Mexico native. There's that Ivor ran track as well. He was just here a couple days ago. He says his mom at home as well watching the stream, so hello to them back in New Mexico. Hopefully his dad made it home safely. They're back to watching the games on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page and listening to the games on KNEB Radio. Pios have a 4-2 lead. Fan of stock. Didn't walk a batter. That is huge out there on the mound. On top of his 3 strikeouts, over 65 pitches. Hella will deal with Lane Snow to start the 6th. The Pios have a 4-2 lead. We'll see if Hella gets the last 4. If he's quality, that will most likely be the goal. At least 3. Hella's first pitch to Lane Snow. Breaking ball, of course. What's new? Strike 1. We know Ronan Hella loves his breaking ball, and he deals it at any pitch in the count. 0-1. Bounced back over the mound, past Hella. Gaffney stabs it. Throw. Not in time. It will be an infield single for Lane Snow. A heck of a play. An effort by Gaffney to get there. Snow had too much speed. On 82 from Hella on the mound. Runner on first to lead off the 6th. Ronan Hella in relief of Brody Fanistock. There's another breaking ball for strike 1. No Julius Ramirez in the lineup for the BJs, which came as a surprise considering the day he had last night. 0-1 pitch. It's way outside. A good stab by Gledhill. One, checked his swing. It looks like he certainly went around, but there was no call made. Wild pitch, though, allows the runner to go to second. See what the call at the plate is. No appeal made. Pryor hasn't given us a count either. 2-1, I guess we'll call it. We're the 2 Pios here as we play in the top of the 6th. Another breaking ball, fouled back into the screen, 2-2. Very buggy day on the field. A lot of outfielders swatting at bugs. Swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner from Ronan Hella. He sets down Kai Smith on strikes for the 2nd time today with the help of Fanistock back in the 2nd. Matt Cormier, the catcher now. Cormier bats now with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Right-handed hitting catcher. Takes breaking ball strike one from Ronan Hella. The 0-1 from Hella to the catcher Cormier is low, 1-1. Playing the top of the sixth, Piles have a 4-2 lead. Runner on second. Their leadoff single moved up on a wild pitch is Lane Snow. 1-1 to Cormier. He's in the dirt. Swung on and missed by the catcher. 1-2 now. Has 2 strikes on Cormier, and he deals. Fouled off, out of play, first base side. One-two count on Cormier, the batter for the BJs. Hello looking to get his second out. He turns towards second. A little hop towards third from Lane Snow. Not necessarily trying to go, maybe just getting a secondary lead. The designated hitter for the BJs today. And Hella home now with his 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ronan Hella. And he has 2 down now in the top of the sixth. Robert Orr will be the batter now. Shortstop. Struck out his first time against Fanistock, then got the better of him with an RBI single to left. Hella deals to the right-handed swinging shortstop. Strike one on the outside corner. Another pitch. This time it's low from Hella, so it's 1-1. There was no swing from Robert Orr. It's been at short in both games of this series. Off day for the Pios tomorrow. All arms are available today. This one's skied in the air to center. Carpenter has a bead on it. He's there, and he makes the play. And that ends the top half of the sixth inning. Through 5.5, the Pios have a 4-2 lead. Bottom of the sixth, Bryce Peterson will be the leadoff man for the Pioneers. First pitch is a ball. 1-0's line towards left center field. That should be a base hit, and it is, and it falls. Peterson rounds first. He's headed for second. The ball's cut off by Orr. The throw. Swim tag from Peterson. He's called out, although he looks like he didn't get tagged. Ball beat him there. Here comes Sharkey, as he always does. Seeing if he can get an appeal at least out of it. Bryce Peterson made a swim tag where he put his right hand on the bag, lifted up his left arm in an attempt to not be tagged out, but he apparently was. And they'll bring up E.J. Barnes with 1 out now. First pitch to Barnes is bounced over towards second. A high hop towards Mendez, who throws to first. Quickly now, 2 outs. Last man in the Pioneers order is Coy Carpenter. First pitch is high to the 5'6" Texas native, Coy Carpenter. Second year with the Pios. He was here last year. Another pitch high, 2-0. Pitch is there on the outside corner, 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Nowak, who has 2 walks and a single and 2 runs scored, stands on deck. Outside, ball 4, called strike 2 from Neil Pryor. That one is inside corner on a fastball, called strike 3 on Carpenter. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kappelman. Hello will look to shut them down in the top of the 7th inning. Pios still lead it 4-2. Running Hella back out on the mound to start the 7th for the Pioneers. They lead it 4-2. They look to even up the series at 1 apiece and win the homestand 3-2. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 for the BJs in their order. As Hella looks to shut down the BJs. First pitch is a breaking ball popped up behind the plate, and it will get into the stands. 0-1, getting ahead is Ronan Hella. Batter is Matt Mendez, who's been at second base. He popped out to Kieran Gaffney and bounced over to Peterson, who started a 5-4-3 double play to end the fourth. Hella deals his 0-1. Breaking ball, cut on and missed, 0-2. Good job by Ronan Hella getting ahead, being able to use his breaking ball. Fastball fouled back into the screen. 0-2 is where the count will stay. The 0-2 from Hella to Mendez. It's a changeup that just missed the bottom of the zone. Now it's 1-2. Right-handed swinging Mendez. Swing and a miss at a curveball, and he's down on strikes. Third of the day for Hella out there on the mound. He matches Fanstock's total in 5 innings. Now there's 1 out here in the 7th. That will bring in Cesar Gomez, the 9-hole hitter for the BJs, who flew out and hit a ground rule double his last time up off of Fanstock down the right field line. Just getting hard time to see fly balls right now. Love to keep the ball on the ground if you're Hella. He deals a fastball at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Gomez. Hella deals his 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball bounced over towards third. Foul as it goes wide to the left side at third base. One-two pitch from Hella to Gomez when he gets his sign. Goes into the windup and deals a breaking ball, pop foul into the stands to the right of the press box. Hella gets a new baseball from Neil Pryor and says a couple words to Garen Gledhill, his catcher, just to make sure that they're on the same page without having to use a mound visit. Goes sidearm here and ends up hitting Gomez. And with the fastball, dropped down to the side. Just ran in and got a piece of Gomez. So Gomez is on now, and the tying run comes to the plate in Ben Merriman. Merriman bats now. He's 1 for 3. Led off the game with a double. First pitch from Hella. Down and away, 1-0. Nothing close to a curveball there. But he yanked the change. 1-0. Curveball there. That was a curveball from Hella. It's in there. 1-1. Check on the runner at first. Nothing doing as Gomez is back. One is in there, just a bit high on a breaking ball. 2-1. Two one is down and away. 3-1 now. Now what you want with Ryota Kusumoto on deck, who has a homer today. Starting and stopping was Gomez. That pitch ends up going behind Merriman, and it's ball 4. Had a chance, honestly, of picking off Gomez there. Gomez was in no man's land there as he started to go. Thought he'd timed up Hella well enough, but he had not. Sharkey takes a trip to the mound. Cole Weiland goes into the pen. Kusumoto. Batter with runners on first and second. Gomez on second. Kusumoto swings at a curveball, and Merriman's on first. And he fouls it off out of play, third base side. Oh, 1 count on Kusumoto. Ella checks the runner on second. Now comes home with his 0-1. It's lined towards center. There's Carpenter. He's there, and he makes the play for the second out. Hit it hard, did Kusumoto, but he is out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. First pitch to Roberts is in the dirt on a curveball. Took a spin towards the runner at second. Nothing doing with Gomez returning back to the base. 1-0 count on Roberts, and the 1-0 is in there for strike 1. 1-1. Another curveball cut on and missed by Roberts. One, two, and he's going to check on Gomez again at second. Merriman's the tying run at first base. Roberts is the go-ahead run here in the top of the seventh. Crowd making noise on the 1-2. Line towards right. Back is Lias. That ball's carrying. He makes the play on the move. Ends the top of the seventh. It's time to stretch at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Pios lead it 4-2. Top of the order for the Pios as we start the bottom of the seventh. Means Luke Nowak, Francisco Laya, and Jackson Yeager. The Pios have a 4-2 lead, looking to tack on a couple of extra runs. Make it a little bit safer for the rest of the bullpen. Hella got out of a bit of trouble there in the top of the seventh as Nowak takes ball one. Outside, 2-0. Two-0 count on Nowak. Swing and a miss. 87 from Kappelman. Face these guys in the top of the order. Leading off the fifth inning. That one's outside. Nowak would love to get on with the walk here. Outside corner. Count goes full now at 3-2. Payoff. Lined into left center field. That ball is going to bounce in front of Kusamoto. On with another hit is Luke Nowak. What's new from the left fielder? He's on in front of Francisco Laya. Nowak's now 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Laya so far is 1 for 1 with 2 walks. They both scored 2 runs. Scored all 4 runs in the game for the Pios. Lined in the pie sky for his left. Kusamoto didn't get a beat on it. Going out is Orr, who's way out in left field. He makes the play. Not sure if Kusamoto could see that ball out there and left. But Robert Orr went way out there, saw it the whole time, was able to make the play. .840 local time. It's that typical time where it's hard to see. One hopper to Orr, second for one, on to first, in time, 6-4-3 double play. Ends the seventh quickly. At the end of 7, the Pios have a 4-2 lead. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on KNEB Radio and the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Get set to start the top of the 8th. Cole Weiland is on the mound from Whitworth University in Salem, Oregon. He will pitch the 8th inning in relief of Ronan Hella. Weiland didn't pitch at Whitworth, but he's pitched here in a couple opportunities for the Pios. Hella goes 2 innings, gave up a hit, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Didn't give up anything else. He threw 37 pitches. And we're getting set here to start the top of the 8th. See if Weiland goes 1 inning or more. I'm sure if the Pios extend the lead, they would allow Hella to keep on going. Weiland to keep on going, excuse me. Hella's no longer in the ball game. Gledhill wants to make sure he has everything right with Weiland. First pitch is in there for a strike. Oh, 1 is fouled back into the screen. 0-2. Two as Weiland gets set now. Deal to Lane Snow. This pitch is lined in the air to center. Going back is Carpenter. He can see this one over there in center. Seems like it's harder for the corner outfielders to see the ball right now. He makes the play for out number 1. Now we'll bring in Kai Smith. Reached and scored on an error in the 4th. He has 2 strikeouts outside of that. So he's 0 for 3 on the day. Pitch just misses the corner. cut on and missed. That pitch just missed the corner. 2-1. Temperature has dropped, not much, to only 89 as it's 8:45 local time here in Gering, Nebraska. Pitch is bounced towards Peterson. It goes off of his glove and bounces towards shallow left. Kai Smith is on with the, see how they scored. It's quickly scored a hit. Now the tying run will come to the plate and Matt Cormier. Sure, Michael Simeon will be warming in the pen, if not Paul Panduro, who hasn't pitched in a couple of days. Excuse me, more than a week or so. Starting and stopping over there at first. Should have thrown over, should Weiland. Would have had him picked off easy. Instead, it's outside for ball one. Throws over now with Smith nowhere near off the bag. 1-0 count. Cormier, Weiland on the mound. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. 1-1. See some rain in the distance. It's nowhere near us. See if Smith goes at all in this at-bat. He's flinching over there at first. A long pause from Weiland and a throw over. One. Smith stays as a change up in there for a strike. Strike two. 1-2 count on Cormier. Not sure if I just saw lightning. That pitch is high. 2-2. 2-2 in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and it's going to be a wild pitch. So we'll get rid of the double play ball. Runner on second now after the wild pitch. Full count now on Cormier. Payoff. In the dirt, ball 4. Bobby Orr will be the batter now. Weiland wants to talk more with Gledhill. Make sure that they're in sync with their signs. Lightning coming from the western side of the field, the left field side. Cody Hoffrock wants to make sure that he talks to Sharkey about this, that there's no rain in the forecast. We're back under play as Hoffrock returns near second base and Sharkey back towards the dugout. First pitch from Weiland. He's up and away, 1-0. Lightning playing close to the field. No rain in the forecast. That's a strike from Weiland, 1-1. Another pitch that's off speed. Cut on and missed by Robert Orr. One-two to Orr is down low. But outside. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Piles lead it 4-2. The tying run's on first, or the batter at the plate is the go-ahead run. Cole Weiland in his first inning of work. Piles looking up to even the season series at a game apiece with the Liberal BJs. Breaking ball just high. Didn't get the call from Neil Pryor behind the plate. Pitch, his thunder goes. It's to the right side. Yeager fields, throws to Weiland at first, who's an athlete, and he makes the play. 3-1 put out there. The second out is recorded. And I'm really not sure where this rain is, but I'm hearing thunder and I'm seeing dark clouds. There's no rain in the forecast. There is rain close to us, but it's just past us and a little bit to the north of us. Matt Mendez is the batter. Weiland into the windup now with a tying run in scoring position. Change up, checked his swing. He went around, did Mendez. Again, more thunder heard by the ballpark. That one's in the dirt, blocked by Gledhill as he rolls up the third baseline. No advance from either runner. The 1-1 pitch from Weiland is in there for strike 2. Oh, lightning showing way past the left field foul pole. Out of the view for you at home. The 1-2. In there. Strike three. Got him looking. Great pitch from Cole Weiland. Down on strikes for the second time in as many at-bats as Mendez. No runs for the BJs. Piles lead it at the end of 7.5, 4-2. Back here as we get set to start the bottom of the eighth. They showed the maps of precipitation. That one was extremely close to the ballpark, but there's no rain shown to be coming above the field. Ethan Musser leads off the bottom of the eighth. We're going to try to finish this ball game. He fouls another pitch off of himself in the box. He did it yesterday. He does it again today. Looks like it was off of his left foot, I want to say. Nope, that I believe it might have been the right. It's hard to tell from behind. He's down on a knee in the grass to the right of the first left-handed batter's box. Moser says he'll be all right. He's going to stay in the box. That rain was, lightning was extremely close again. Kappelman still on the mound for the BJs. He deals the 0-1 to Musser. It's 1-1 as that one's in the dirt. Mount Elgin, Ontario, the home for Ethan Musser. He's had a decent day at the plate. He had the RBI single. Struck out twice. Quality at bat, as they call it, however, on the RBI single. Outside, 3-1 now. Three-one, caught on a miss by Musser. Payoff is outside, ball four. Working a walk is Musser. Might run for Musser here. See if anybody will run. Carson Bevel is going to run. Musser doesn't want anybody to run for him. Bevel will run at first base now. Kieran Gaffney will bat now. Takes a pitch. Check on the runner Bevel at first. Nothing doing as he's back in time. Another pitch high, 2-0. Inside and a bit high again, 3-0 now. Three O's inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks now. Gaffney reaches. Bevel, the pinch runner, moves to second. 4-2 Pios. Bottom of the 8th. Pitching mound visit for the BJs. The Piles lead at 4-2. Lightning out there in left center. If you didn't see it, hit the little left key on your keyboard. You'll go back 5 seconds and see it. Or you can hit the J, go back 10 seconds. Either way, we play in the bottom of the 8th, 4-2. Gledhill takes outside, 1-0, as we're ready to play now. Chirping from the crowd. Pitch is up high, 2-0. Cut on and missed by Gledhill. After 8 consecutive balls, that one was at 85. She's up and away, 3-1. Missed high, ball 4 to Gledhill. So 3 consecutive walks for Kappelman. Bases are loaded with nobody out for Bryce Peterson. Eric Elliott is going to run for Gledhill. Bases loaded, no outs. 4-2 Pioneers looking to put this one out of reach here in the 8th. Top hitter up there is 2 out of 3. Peterson takes high. They're going to throw down behind Elliott. The ball got away. And here comes Bevel for the plate. He will score, and the run moving to third is Kieran Gaffney. It's going to be an E3. The throw was fine, but it popped out of the glove of Roberts. 5-2 now. pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0. Swing and a miss from Peterson, 1-1. Swing and a miss again, 1-2. Low, 2-2. Elliott goes. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Peterson. Eric Elliott gets his first stolen base of the season, though. He was in there with the head first dive. It's the first pitcher stolen base of the season for the Pios. E.J. Barnes will bat now with 1 out. Infield comes in as they'll try to cut off the runner at the plate in a 5-2 ball game. Big at bat for Barnes. That pitch is outside, 1-0. Barnes takes outside corner, 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back at the plate by Barnes. No rain in sight. Of course, we're inside the press box. Swing and a miss and a late swing from Barnes. He's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kappelman. Corey Carpenter will look to pick up his teammate here. Inside, 1-0. Kappelman deals to Carpenter. Flares this one over third, and it's going to fall fair. Carpenter rounds first. He's headed for second. Elliott's coming home. The throw to second is in time. Did Elliott score? Neil Pryor has no idea. I can tell you that right now. And they called it a foul ball. All this running, and they called it a foul ball at the plate. I didn't see a signal from anybody about it being a foul ball, but Carpenter returns to the box. Well, and return to the plate. This Carpenter with a 1-1 count. Grounds this one over towards short. Orr charges, throws on the run. It's a low throw. It gets by Roberts. Here comes Elliott. Well, guess what? Those two runs are going to score. Gosh darn it. Those two runs cross the plate. Carpenter reaches first on a poor throw from Robert Orr. And the Pios do get their 7-2 lead. Whether that ball was fair or foul, it doesn't matter anymore. E6 by Robert Orr. Allows two runners to score, and great, we're going to have a pitching change with 2 outs in the 8th inning. I'll play the crowd noise for you as we get a new pitcher, and we'll have 2 outs in the 8th inning, and Carpenter on first when we come back. And on the mound for the BJs is Trevor Steele from College Station, Texas. Excuse me, from San Clemente, California. 6'1", 195. Deal to Luke Nowak. As the day's done for Kappelman. Piles have a 7-2 lead here now. Carpenter starts and stops. The pitch is way high. 1-0. Outside corner. 1-1 now on Nowak. Carpenter goes for second. No throw. He's in there with the stolen base, and that pitch was low as well, so it's 2-1 now. Pios need this one before they go on the road. Steele ready now with this 2-1 to Nowak. Breaking ball high, pops out of the glove, going for third, and now caught in the middle of nowhere is Carpenter. He's going to get caught in a rundown. 2, 6, 5, 4 to 6. Carpenter is out on to third. The Piles get 3 runs on no hits. This was an E6 that allowed a couple runs to score and an error. 2 errors in the inning. Nobody left on base. Piles lead at 7-2. We head to the 9th. Michael Simeon on the mound. Looks to close out this ball game for the Pios. Scott, Louisiana native. Have to deal with 9, 1, and 2 in the BJ's order. Waiting for a long time in the bullpen, though. But he has a bigger lead than when he started throwing, where it was 4-2. It's 7-2 now after 3 runs without a hit last inning for the Pios. Simeon finishing up his warm-up pitches. And it will be Gomez leading off. So here we go as we get set for the top of the 9th. Simeon on the mound. First pitch, fouled off. First base side out of play. Pioneers looking for win number 8. An all-important season, well, so far season split between the BJs before they see him on Sunday and Monday. 0-1. Missed the corner. Fastball. One all the way to the backstop on a slider. 2-1. Excuse me. It's a 2-1 count on Gomez. 9-hole hitter. 2-1. Here's the count. 7-2 ball game. Not sure where that one is, according to Neil Prager. I guess it's outside and a bit low. Of course, he's been calling it all night, but you'd love it here in the top of the 9th in a 7-2 ball game. That pitch is a strike, 3-2. Full count. Simeon's payoff to Gomez. Flared towards right. There's Laya. He's got it for out number 1. Top of the order, Ben Merriman. Strike on the outside corner from Simeon. Pitch is low and goes to the backstop, 1-1. Breaking ball, almost got a piece of the batter. Merriman went to the backstop again. It's 2-1 from Simeon. one from Simeon is popped foul over towards the street on the third base side. Two. Simeon kicks and deals. Pop fly towards the left. Nowak sees it. Moves in and now back to his left a little bit at the last second. He makes the play. 2 outs now. In the top of the ninth for Simeon. Ryota Kusamoto, owner of the home run of today's ball game. The Piles are 1 out away. First pitch, cut on and miss. Strike one. Tapper up the middle towards Barnes, who fields it, throws on the run, in time. Piles are a winner, even though he definitely looks safe on that play, but they'll win it 7-2 before they hit the road. We'll have a quick run to post-game show when we come back from break, and then we'll send you on your way before we see you on Friday for the first game of a 6-game road trip. Piles win this one 7-2. Here at Oregon Trail Park, in Gehring, Nebraska, Pioneers get the victory, 7-2. It was 3 runs in the ninth that helped secure the victory, but overall, it was the pitching staff that did a heck of a job getting the victory for the Piles. They got a couple runs early, and they never looked back after that. Tied up the ball game, did the BJs, after the Piles had leadoff walks to start the first. A couple runs came around to score on a fielder's choice and a single by Ethan Moser as well. That allowed the Piles to take an early 2-0 lead. The BJs clawed their way back to even the score at 2 with a run in the third off a Kusamoto home run. And then an RBI single to left by Robert Orr that allowed a run. They scored a run as well. After that, it was tied at 2. And Brody Fanistock went 5, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs. One of those runs was earned. Kai Smith reached on an error and came around to score. No walks for Brody Fanistock, which is something that I'm sure Coach J.J. O'Connor would be very, very proud to be able to talk about before next game. On 65 pitches for Fanistock. And in the bottom of the 5th, that was when the Pios got their lead. And there was a single to right center off of Kappelman, the new pitcher for the BJs, along with a walk, and then a double by Jackson Yeager to right field that scored those 2 runs. And the Pios had their 4-2 lead, and they didn't look back after that. Now, Brody Fanistock, because he was the pitcher of record at the time, he will get credit with the win. Brooks Kappelman will get the loss. There is no save, as it was a 7-2 ball game. In the 8th inning, the Pios had 3 straight walks to lead off the inning. There was also 2 strikeouts. And on an E3, a ball that was thrown down behind the runners with E.J. Barnes at the plate. The ball got away from the first baseman, Joe Roberts. 2 runners came around to score on the play. So that's how they got 2 of their runs. And Corey Carpenter hit a ground ball to short. And the shortstop, Robert Orr, made a poor throw to first, and a run came home to score on that play as well. So the Pioneers tacked on 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ended up giving them a 7-2 win. And that's what the final score was, as Michael Simeon came out and closed the ball game. Fanistock, Hella, Weiland, and Simeon combined on the mound to help the Pios get the win, as this game lasted about 2 hours, and 49 minutes. Pios win for the 8th time at home. They'll go on the road where they haven't won a game yet, but they'll need to get one with the 6-game road trip coming up. Now, we on KNEB Radio will be here for you. If you're watching on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page, you have to tune in on KNEB Radio. Don't worry, for you guys that are watching at home or listening at home, whichever, you have your sons on the team, just go to KNEB. Just look it up on Google, and you'll be able to find the website. And you can listen to the games live, free of charge, nothing of those sorts. We'll be live for each game about 10-15 minutes before the start of first pitch. As always, we thank you for listening to Pioneers Baseball on KNEB Radio and on the Western Nebraska Pioneers YouTube page. Pios win it 7-2. For your voice of the Pioneers, Jeffrey Nelson, I will see you on Friday night.